Hi fire signs, my name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. I am here to do your career and finance reading for the month of January 2021. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And if you already have, thank you so much. And please hit that notification bell and the thumbs up sign, and more people can see these videos. So thank you so much for that. Let's get started for the career and finance. Your first one is here and now, and it's upside down. Your next one is Yang, and it is an action card, and your next one is chop wood. So what this is telling me is that being here now, and it's turned upside down, so like something happened that knocked you off of your square, or maybe you haven't been on your square for a while. Maybe this pandemic has affected your job and your life, and it just threw you for a loop. And the next one is Yang, and this is like get into action, get moving. And so this looks like you're coming out of a pause, and maybe you guys were in a depression, deep resting, which is a pause, which is okay. It happens to everybody. You're not the first, you won't be the last, but maybe what has happened to you for your job, or the way you thought you were going, got turned upside down, and it's sending you into a different direction, and you had to take a pause for a while. That's all, but it's saying, all right, time to come out of your pause and get moving. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is I just got this book, and I listened to it on audio because I'm better at audio, but it's called From Clutter to Clarity, and it is about taking bite-size moves instead of like thinking like I have to clean up my kitchen. You're like, let me just clean out the sink. Like, don't start with I need to clean the whole thing, or I need to clean my whole house. Start with a section, start with an area, take small baby steps. I'll give you an example. When I needed to cut back on my sugar, I used to put 6 Splendas in my coffee. And maybe you're like, only 6, or maybe you're like, Jesus Christ, lady, 6 coffee, 6 Splendas. But I went to this woman, and she said to me, can you try 5? And I'm like, yes, I can try 5. So like, not I use Splenda or I don't use Splenda. It's like gradual. So this is saying you're gradually coming back into yourself and into your life. And I'm sorry for whatever has happened to you. See the sign behind me? Create the things you wish existed. If you are looking for your soul purpose, what direction you're supposed to be going in, what do you love? What do you wish was available to you or for you that A, didn't exist, or B, doesn't exist? And then that is your job to create it. And there was another thing that I did, which was called by Lee Harris. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's a channeler. He's amazing. He is a creative, which you guys are. If you're watching this stuff, so are you. But he did a 10-week or 10 module session of owning your value. And it's like owning your value for what you do, but it's also how to come up with a plan. If you are an artist and a creative and a light worker, healer, you love the cards, you love all the stuff that I love, you're great with the ideas, and the follow through is very hard because you have so many ideas going on that you don't know how to hone in. And sometimes you tend to be a perfectionist and you want everything perfect before you start, which holds you back from starting. So what this is telling me is it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to get started, and you're gonna be able to get started. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter if it's messy. It doesn't matter if you have no idea what you're doing. Begin anyway. It's the only way to get started, and you guys can do it. I know you can. Fire signs, heaven or hell. You guys are coming out of hell and entering into heaven. And people need to see and hear from you. They really do. You have so much to offer. And I'm here to let you know that God is speaking through me. The divine is speaking through me to let you guys know that you have way more to offer than you ever thought you did. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from God. So he's my boss, by the way. All right, next one, chop wood, carry water. So chop wood, carry water is like do the next right thing. Like put one foot in front of the other. Just, you know, do your mundane things like get out of bed, put clothes on, brush your teeth. An amazing spiritual thing that you can do is make your bed. I know it might sound silly. You're only going to get back in it later. All of this stuff, it gives you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of order. And after you're done making it, if you want to get down on your knees and shoot a little prayer up, you can do that too. But like, it's like just show up for yourself. Go to work, have lunch, do your everyday things. And if you can add a small thing on to your everyday life, even better. But this is just like put one foot in front of the other. You guys can do it. You can. You're totally capable of it. I know you had something happen where you might have lost or didn't believe in yourself, but this is like that time is ending and your new life is beginning. And I know you can't see the whole picture right now, and you don't need to see the whole picture. You just need to get started. So I am going into the Archangel Gabriel Oracle cards, and this is more like your life purpose, what you're meant to be doing. So if you guys are looking for confirmation or affirmation, like you have it in your head and you want to say, holy shit, is Michelle really telling me what I'm supposed to be doing? The cards, I swear to God, no accident. The first one says agent or manager. So it says your work expands its reach as you partner with a professional that can help you. So this is saying that you guys might need to get some outside help getting your idea or your plan together, and it's okay to get outside help. Do your research, do your homework. There's a ton of people out there. I used to think like the first person that showed up I had to go with, and I was so lucky that they wanted to work with me, when really it is a mutual transaction. It is business arrangement. It is not personal, but you want to go with somebody who realizes that you need them and they need you equally. Not you're so lucky they're taking you on. It is a mutual benefit. They need you too. And I hope you're able to go with somebody who is able to treat you that way, that you are of equal value, not here and here, here. So the next one says inspiration. Yes, your idea is divinely inspired. Take action accordingly to set it into motion. So are you like, is this really my gift from God? Yes, it is. If you love it and are drawn to it, that is That is your spirit. That is your soul talking to you. If you just watched any of the inauguration, I am in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. So I am in the United States, the inauguration. This girl, Ashley, I hope I'm getting her name right. I don't have her last name. She was the poet that spoke, the 22-year-old poet. Now, let me tell you, that girl is a badass. And if you never thought you could make a living out of being a poet, you're going to watch that girl do it. So whatever your idea is, when people tell you, this is not a real job, or you're never going to make any money doing this, these are stories that other people have told us. That is not your story. That's somebody else's trying to transfer it onto you. So if you have a love of something, that is your passion, that is given to you by the divine, and that is where your abundance does lie. But if you think, I'm never going to make any money doing this, you will block yourself and you will support that. So this is saying, yes, your idea is coming from the divine. It's your soul's purpose. And the next one is express your inner truth. Your creative work shines brightest when it reflects your genuine feelings and thoughts. So it's saying that you guys are so creative. And when you're really coming through with your feelings and thoughts, when it's coming from you, it's coming from love and it's coming from the divine, and other people see it. I had a girlfriend who I love, and she was making jewelry out of, my nose is running, I don't know why. She was making jewelry out of, like, just say your grandmother passed away and left you her glasses, or, you know, like something that you can't really use but you don't want to get rid of. She would take that object and make a piece of jewelry or make something out of it for you, and it was so cool. Now, this is not something that everybody would want at this time, but there is a need for it. And she stopped doing it because where she was selling it at, it wasn't doing well. And so she took that as a sign she wasn't meant to do it. And I'm like, have you ever heard of Etsy? There are people looking for this stuff. Like, that would be so cool if I had something from my grandmother that I loved and was part of her, and somebody could make a picture frame and put part of her eyeglass piece on it or something, and like something that I would use and I would love, but it came from her. There is such a need for that stuff. But if you're not sure about something and you're not ready, chances are you will find something to support that. If you think it's going to have a negative, like it's not going to work, you will find ways to enforce that. But if you believe you know it's going to work, then you will find ways to support that too. So a lot of times it's not, you're not meant to do it. But you guys, I was married to somebody, like, I have a ton of great ideas. And I was married to somebody who would tell me every single worst case scenario, to the point that I'd be like, Jesus Christ, like, I'm not doing this. And what I realized is what I needed, and I didn't know it at the time because I was taking it as a criticism, as I shouldn't be doing this. Instead of, okay, if this happens, how can I address that? It didn't mean I wasn't meant to do it. It meant if problems do arise, how can I address them? But because I wasn't 100% sure of my idea, and I really was looking for support and not criticism. So I felt like when he would tell me every worst case scenario that he was criticizing my idea, but really, I don't know if he was criticizing my idea or not, but that's what it felt like at the time. and it made me doubt and second guess myself. And so I found somebody to support me doubting and second guessing myself. And we're no longer married anymore. I don't need somebody to make me doubt and second guess myself. I do that all by myself on my own. I need somebody who's like a cheerleader with me and for me. So my next relationship, I won't have somebody who's going to talk me out of my ideas. I want somebody who can help me and cheerlead me on. Not that they need to do it for me, but they actually are supportive. So the next one says cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There is no need to compete. There's abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share it with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. And this is Angel of Abundance cards. And this girl, she's playing an instrument, and these other angels with her are playing their instruments. So it might be music that you guys are really into, and maybe you were told you can't make money doing that, or there's no way you can do that. But this is saying, like, if somebody says to you, just say your love is of music. And it could be writing, it could be singing, it could be playing. Maybe music is where you get your ideas from. Maybe music is where you hear the divine, your spirit guides, your angels, your guides talking to you. Maybe they speak to you through music somehow. But if somebody said, oh, so-and-so went to Nashville and she had to come back, or this person couldn't make it, or this is saying God gave you your talent for you, and you don't have to compete with anybody else. People want you. People want to be near you. It's not just what you do. It's they want to be near you, and they want what you have, and they feel good when they're around you. So just because there's other people doing what you want to do, it doesn't mean you're not supposed to do it, or there's not, you know, like people get older, people retire, all the singers get older, and all the upcoming are upcoming, and there is plenty of room for music, and there is always a need for more. And so I hope you guys can believe this and trust that. And even if it's not music, which it looks like it is, but even if it's not music, whatever it is, you don't have to compete with anybody else. When you are doing what you love and not doing it out of fear, you don't have to compete with anybody. So easier said than done. That is a practice. The next one says, pay yourself first. Make sure your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have the savings to invest in your present and your future. So this is saying, don't go around paying all of your bandmates and you going broke. You need to pay yourself first. You are of equal value, and everybody needs money. Do not push it away. You need it. The next one is face your financial fears. So this is a little boy and a little girl holding hands, and they are out in nature, and they are supported by this big, beautiful angel who is watching over you and over, might be you and your brother. Maybe it's just you and your brother. It says, when you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness. You'll realize that in fact you have nothing to fear, that every successful person has struggled and with and released these self-doubts. So this is like, you are not the only one struggling with this. You're not the first. You won't be the last. This is asking you to start releasing your fears about there's not enough abundance for you to do what you love and support yourself. That is bullshit. It's not saying it's not going to be hard. It's not saying it's not going to be scary. It's saying do it anyway. You guys, fire signs, you are coming into your heaven and out of your hell. And this is your sign signing off. If you're still watching, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.